getting it now? Okay, go ahead. Hello everyone, my name is Lakshmi Narayan and I am one of the certified Salesforce admin and developers, and I am a part of Excel Online classes. Today I'm going to discuss about how we can create triggers and what the trigger is all about. Okay, so the triggers are Apex code that execute before or after an insert, update, delete, or undelete events. So you can apply the triggers on any standard object or any custom object in Salesforce. The syntax of the trigger, you can see that the trigger is a keyword. Start with the keyword trigger, then the name of the trigger, which is user defined. Then you have to enter the name of the object on which you are going to apply this trigger. Then you have to enter the event, like event is after insert, update, delete, or undelete. Then you have to enter some code block to execute your requirement, uh, the thing that you want to achieve by the trigger. So let's go ahead and create a simple trigger on contacts, where whenever a contact will be created, it will just simply state that a contact has been created successfully. So the description field will say the contact has been created. So let me log into Salesforce first of all. Okay, I believe I'm already logged in. So let's go to the Salesforce. Okay, so in order to create a trigger, as I said, you have to switch to the particular object so that we will be able to apply our trigger. So in order to do that, you need to click on setup at the right top. Then you have to go under customize, which is at the left hand side. Expand the customize. As I said, our trigger is going to be based upon the contact object. So I will go under the contacts. I have just expanded the contact at the left hand side. You can see that. Then you have the options available, which is triggers. So click triggers. As of now, I don't see any trigger defined. I will just click new. Okay, so this is the first line, the code of the block, which is trigger, which is a keyword to initiate a trigger, then a user defined word to word for our trigger that we are going to discuss about. So let's say contact description on contact object. So this is the object on which we are going to create it. And as I said, whenever you create a contact, this trigger will fire. So we will be entering the event as before insert. So before inserting the data in Salesforce, it will show you the description. Okay, so let's go ahead and enter the code of the block. So if you are familiar with Java a bit, you must be aware of what a for loop is. So we need to start with the for loop here. Then we can go about the contact, which is the name of the object. Then you have to enter some reference here so that we will be able to call the contact object later on. Okay, so then trigger dot new, because this is going to be trigger for insert. Then undo curly braces and the reference, not the contact, so it's the reference is ref, and the name of the field where it is going to display the message equal to contact created successfully. Then close your curly bracket. Please note that the trigger has to be active if you want any particular trigger to fire. So we have to make sure that this checkbox which says is active should be activated. Okay, this should be checked. Now go ahead and just click save. Okay, so we have created a trigger which should be displaying the message contact created successfully next to the description field on the contact page. So let's go ahead and create a contact and see how this trigger is going to work. Okay, so click on contacts, click new. Okay, so I will just enter test trigger and test trigger 1. Again, so it's gonna be fine. It will just create a contact. If you want to associate this contact with any object, just select any account. If you want to associate your contact with any account, and I don't see any other mandatory fields, so let's go ahead and click save. Okay, so we just created a contact successfully. So let's go to the description field and see if our trigger fired or not. Okay, so here is the message that is because of the trigger that we just created. Okay, so next to the description field we have this message. So whenever you create a contact, the trigger will fire and it will display this message that the contact has been created successfully. So this is a very simple example for the trigger, and so I just try to explain what a trigger is, and then I try to explain the syntax of the trigger and created a simple trigger. If you want to know more about the trigger and the other stuff about the Salesforce development, please join the Excel Online classes. Thank you.